I'm actually disappointed that he's selling because I just want to keep partying here. But to that point, like this house is probably not for that 70-year-old couple.
Correct.
It is, in my opinion, it's for the couple who's probably in their 50s, for example, or younger, if you've got that kind of money, that either has kids with a bunch of kids. So you're going to have, I mean, because you saw how big this house is, you can comfortably host so many people, and then all the things to do in this house. It's almost like you're just getting into like an arcade that's your house, right? You've got so many games, so much space. But I think that is the perfect buyer for this house. Somebody who loves to entertain, somebody who loves to have a great time, somebody who wants to be just slightly away from the chaos of Osage Beach, but close enough that you can just bust out here in the main channel, take a right, and you're basically going to be.
Yeah, I love this area of the lake. You know, Camdenton is actually my favorite part of the lake.
I am here at a badass listing here in Camdenton. This is in the cove where Fish & Co. is, and I have been wanting to check this house out for a long time.
Hey, can I help you with something?
Oh, the owner's here. Let's go see if he'll give us
What are you doing?
Hey, man. I've been seeing this house. I know it's on the market. I would love to get a tour of it. Can you show it to our audience? I'll put this on YouTube.
Sure. What's your name?
My name's Jeff.
Jeff, Craig Kiser.
Nice to meet you, brother.
How are you?
Take us through.
Sure. Come on in.
Size of this house?
It's roughly about 8,800 square feet.
Holy shit.
So when I bought it, I basically redid all the exterior and interior of the house. I added on probably roughly around 4,000 square feet to it. But since I wasn't expecting you, this is the office. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but this is my office away from my actual home office in St. Louis.
So a house this big must go for what, like 7-8 million?
No, not that much. I wish. If you want to buy it for 7 million, I'll sell it to you for 7 million.
I say we'll make them wait for the price. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, so we're here on the main floor, right?
Yeah. So main level. I actually added on all this. So when I bought the house, it was very departmentalized and not a lot of room for the size of the house for large gathering space. And me and my wife like to entertain. So what you're kind of stepping into right now used to be a deck. So I kind of just took the deck, expanded it out a little bit, and then put a basically 3-story addition onto it.
Wow. So we've got how many stories to this house?
There's a total of 4. So we're on the main level right now. Main level, obviously kitchen. I created this great room. We got a nice little patio off the master bedroom.
Let's start over here in the kitchen. So you got another deck off the kitchen.
Yep. So we added this deck with the pergola. A little grilling station. Beautiful views to the lake. And obviously, the best part about this house, in my opinion.
Oh, we're going to end there.
The dock.
We're going to end there. I noticed that. All right. Take me back to the kitchen. So how many bedrooms on this main floor?
There's just one.
Okay.
Just the master bedroom.
Awesome. I assume that's on the other side.
Yes, it is. Awesome. So down this hallway, you got the laundry room, you got a powder room, and then you have what we call our dog room, which is just a utility sink and refrigerator, and this is where dogs eat and stuff like that.
I imagine a house this big is, of course, going to have a dog room.
Right. It's a must-have. That's if you like dogs.
Half bath. Got it. And, of course, the world-famous dog room. And yet another place for just more beers, basically. Right?
That's exactly right.
Garage here? What size garage?
So it's a 2-car garage. It's a 2-car garage.
It's an oversized 2-car garage.
Mm-hmm. And a little beverage center. Ice machine.
Oh, that's a must at a lake home.
You know, most people that I have guests that come to my house, they usually shut the front door.
I'm an uninvited
Just
guest.
saying. Well, you might not be welcome back.
That's a common thing that happens to me.
And then this is the master.
Oh man. What an awesome
The master screen and porch. Obviously, when we're in a great room, got access through those sliding doors here.
Holy crap, to a massive deck out here too, huh?
Yep.
All screened in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's like there's a nook for every nook.
There's a place for
There's a place to
anything and
hide.
everything.
There is
That's
a
right.
place to hide. Now,
That's a good thing when I have a lot of guests here
that's
staying
true.
with me.
now we're probably not going to walk around because this is is this your property out here?
This is majority of my property. Ameren does own a portion of the property down there where the beach is at.
So is that like a fire pit area?
It is. Yeah.
So it's almost like a beach.
Correct. I brought in the sand.
It's a beach,
Created
and then you
beach.
got that a yard, a flat yard. Then you've got this whole nother parking driveway. There was a basketball hoop I noticed down there.
Yeah. That's one of the things when I created this vision. Not a lot of places down at the lake have enough ample parking for guests and so forth. So yeah, I did a lot of excavation and created a nice little parking area with a basketball pole down there as well for the kids.
That's pretty amazing. Also, show me this master bath. I'd imagine that's a solid.
Shower, his and her closets.
That's a must. For my wife, anyway.
Keeps nice, yeah. My wife always says I have more clothes than her, so and shoes.
That's unique then. My wife does not allow me to take that claim.
I can show you the upstairs real quick. So
So there's 3 levels, but there's a 4th. There's almost like a loft.
correct. Yep.
So that's technically a 4th level.
Yes. Yep. So it has basically 2 bedrooms, full bath, and a little lounge loft area.
I didn't even ask you how many bedrooms.
I have a total of 6 bedrooms.
6 bedrooms and about
I think 6 or 7.
42 beds.
I can sleep. We've had 23 people stay here
Probably
at one
comfortably.
time. Yeah.
So this is an area you wouldn't even realize is here.
Yeah, we call it the bunk room.
Oh.
Although it's not bunks, it's just 4 beds lined out.
Wow, that's cool. This is a kid's dream area up here.
Yep.
Or the guests that pass out a little too early.
Right. Sometimes I sneak up here and hide out.
Oh, that's smart. There's a lot of places to hide in this home.
Full bath.
Yep, another full bath. How many bathrooms?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bathrooms, roughly.
Roughly.
Maybe.
When you lose
Maybe a
count of
little
your own bathrooms, that tells you how big your house is.
And then so we'll go down to the lower level. We call this the second lower level. And then there's a third. So down here we have bedroom with a bath tied to it.
Another full bath. Got its own bathroom, basically.
Yep.
2 ways to get into it. So this area right here is like another living room bar area, right?
Yeah, so basically from here, basically from these windows out is where the deck was. So when I bought the house, the deck really only served the function of up and down. It wasn't really an area where you can congregate and hang out on the deck, or at least there wasn't a large area. So
this, what we're standing on right now, you added.
that's correct.
Wow. Basically it's the game room.
So it's a game room, lounge room. So hey, when we're entertaining and we're down at the dock and say we get some showers, or it's a rainy day, this is kind of where we bring our guests and hang out and have some fun.
Man, I can imagine. With yet another view, just a hair lower.
Yeah.
Now,
That's the thing. So when I bought the house, you couldn't even see the house. It was so dense with trees and everything was overgrown. I even asked my wife, I was like, well, why buy a house on the lake when you can't even see the lake?
Yeah.
So I tore that all down, and I wanted windows. There's not a room in this house that you can look out and see the lake.
And
so
that's
I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of views inside this house to view the lake.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. I noticed there's some more activity, and by activity I mean rooms over here to this side.
Yes.
So you've got there's another area. So you had a kind of a kitchenette area out there in the new area. You got another kitchen area in here, another sitting area, another living room. It looks like more bedrooms back here.
And we got 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom here.
Nice. Oh man, look at all these beds. You ain't kidding about sleeping.
Each one has a walk-in closet.
So this is Jack and Jill, okay. And then off through to another bedroom. So this used to be the window out to the lake.
That's correct.
Yeah.
There was a deck. So there was a little bit of a deck here that took you downstairs to the lower level. But I created another level. I had about 14-foot clearance from ground elevation to the truss of my deck. So when I did the addition, I created basically another level basement.
What's this over here?
Oh. So this is the mechanical room. I did add additional washer and dryer in here, and the rest is just my,
because why not?
mechanical.
Now I see some very rustic looking doors. What is this?
So the original owner of the house, I'm the third owner of this house. This is actually from the St. Louis Cathedral. This is actually, you want to go?
Oh, a confessional.
Yeah.
Oh man. Can I actually do that? Can I do it? Can I make a confession?
I'm sure you got a lot of sins that you need to forgive. And then this door here, the story behind this door, this is from the old Limp Brewery in St. Louis. This was taken out.
So St. Louisan would really appreciate the history in this room right here, which is also, as you saw, a gym.
Little gym.
That's awesome. Very presumptive about the confession there, pal. I guess
it makes me uncomfortable.
If guys just stand out in front of your house in video, that just gives you the automatic. That makes sense. I get it.
So this I created this. So the vision was to have a little bit of a spiral, kind of windy stairs down to what was once below deck.
So this was not a part of the house at all, like almost like a basement or what?
No, it was just open air. So
this didn't exist at all.
This didn't exist. So I created this. Like I said, I had about 14-foot clearance from ground elevation to the truss of the deck.
Man, I wish you could smell what this smells like too. It smells very like cedary.
Oh, here's another
outdoorsy.
Here's another bed. So
the Murphy.
I built this Murphy bed. And then,
so you're not only incredibly good looking, you also are incredibly talented.
Ambiance lighting, in case you want to read. Of course, this bed is not made.
It's not. Well, you weren't planning on me being here, so I forget.
So I created this almost like with a galley kitchen. This is almost where family can stay here.
Its own apartment,
or a couple can stay here. Yep, they have their own place. And then you have the.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, so I made a little patio out here.
Another sitting area, basically. Yeah.
Out
to go hoop. Yeah. We're getting
full
closer.
Kitchen.
We're getting closer to the dock, I've noticed.
Dishwasher, obviously.
It's a full kitchen.
All appliances here.
Yeah.
And then created another full bathroom.
Oh. I feel like it's time. It's time to go
Let's do
outside.
it.
Whether you are looking to buy, sell, rent, invest, vacation, or pretty much do anything at the Lake of the Ozarks, we've got you covered. Just shoot me a message at this number and I will make sure to get you connected to the right people for the job and make sure that your experience or your life at the Lake of the Ozarks is an incredible one.
This is the door that services some of the mechanical systems for the lower.
Take me up here first.
Oh yeah. So most houses this size or in this price range have a pool. I felt like I didn't need a pool. I got the lake, and I'm a big hot tub guy. So I bought this hot tub, created a little pavilion over it.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
And
This is a big hot tub.
Great views. It fits 12.
Wow. Wow. So for all of you upside down pineapples.
And I make people, when they get out of the lake, before they get in the hot tub,
outdoor shower.
take a little shower
Yeah.
first before you do it.
That's nice. Man, all this stone too. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Midwest was a block and brick. That was a good customer of theirs.
Can't imagine that. Yeah, you spent a few dollars on this stone.
Yeah.
Probably could have bought another house.
So I created obviously a level lot on the lower level here. Golf cart path.
Yeah, that makes it easy, doesn't it?
Put in the seawall lights, pillars.
I bet this is gorgeous at night.
Looks like someone lost their inner tube over there.
Looks like a damn hotel. Wow. All right, let's go see this
My
dock.
vision gets the best of me sometimes.
I would say you have a very nice vision.
So I'm a commercial real estate developer, and building things is my passion. So I completely remodeled this dock. It's 3,300 square foot dock.
Say that again? It's 3,000 what?
3,300 square feet.
Jesus.
It's got 2 boat slips, obviously 2 PWC. New roof. Obviously went with the composite decking,
Low maintenance.
all new lifts.
So what comes with the house when you sell it?
Pretty much, I would say everything besides obviously my Sea-Doos, my boat, some personal items inside the house.
So the lifts will stay?
Yes.
The hoist, that's a hell of a perk. So what length lift?
So
is
we
the
got
big one?
42
Okay.
here, and 40 and 32.
Perfectly adequate for a cruiser.
Now this was also a boat slip as well, but
So you
I don't
covered
have-
it so effectively somebody could reconvert it back to a boat slip.
That's
if they,
correct.
They had 3 boats.
yep.
Which I know some of you might be thinking, oh, that's absurd, but it's not here at the Lake of the Ozarks. It's pretty common, actually.
But like I said, we entertain a lot, so to have the nice big swim deck and then some extra seating areas.
You've got a bar.
It's not uncommon on a summer weekend that we might have anywhere between, outside of our guests that come and stay with us on the weekends, 10, 15 plus people show up to hang out.
by boat. By boat.
But I do have a rule.
Yeah, what's the rule?
If you see, that's the rule.
Proudly
of
serving
Kiser's Dockside Bar.
whatever you brought. That's brilliant. So I want to talk about this cove for a second. So we are in the Fish and Co. Cove, correct?
That is correct.
Fish and Co. straight ahead. And so this gets a lot of people like to cove in here, right?
They do.
So it's kind of a fun cove, and it's off the 31-mile marker of the main channel-ish.
Correct.
30, 31. And then it's about how many miles into Lynn Creek Cove?
Probably
Creek
about a
on.
mile and a half.
Okay. And then how far back are we here in this cove? Same?
I would say about a mile.
Okay. Yeah.
About a half a mile to what we call
So-
a fishing company.
Yep.
Cove, off of Link Creek Cove.
And then this is kind of the end of the. This is basically the end of the cove, right? Leads
Yeah,
into the
you
creek
have
back there?
you have about 6 houses past me,
Okay.
6 or 7 past me, and then you're at the end.
All right, so let's talk about the price here. So we've kind of laid the groundwork here. Square footage is
About 8,800 square feet.
you've got, I think you said 6 beds. I don't know if anybody's paying attention. You might have to rewatch it and count how many actual beds there are.
Yeah, I should know that, I guess, huh?
At least, well, no, because I just showed up unannounced.
Yeah.
At least 6 full bathrooms. You've got the hot tub area right up over here. You've got a beach area and a big fire pit over here. You've got views that are almost unbeatable.
The inner tube comes with it too. By the way, I'll throw that in the deal as well.
yellow
Because
inner
you asked
tube.
me what
Yeah.
comes with it.
Fair, that's good. I like
I
that.
said pretty much
I
everything.
tell you what, that might have just sealed the deal. So, what is the price that you're asking for this amazing house?
Price is $3.9 million.
Awesome.
Like I said, that includes pretty much everything you see here: furniture, any type of decor that's not personal to my wife.
Yeah, of course. Pretty much everything that you saw for the most part, other than which is standard in a real estate transaction.
Especially
Dude.
down at the lake. I think people expect that. I mean,
Yes.
it's true turnkey. And I think what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to not just pricing, compared to others houses maybe similar that's on the market, or if they're looking to build new, is one, the time that it takes.
Yep.
From commencement of construction to completion, and then ultimately, putting together, ordering all the furniture, putting all the furniture together. It took me 2 years from when I bought the house originally, about 6 years ago,
To what we see today.
to what you see today. Yeah.
Well, man, we appreciate you letting us in. Our YouTube audience will appreciate it
the
as well.
surprise. You've been nice. Pleasure.
All joking aside, this house is no joke. This is actually a really, really good friend of mine. If you didn't already figure out that I'm an idiot, but he went along with it, so I appreciate it. That was really, he's not in front of the guy who's in front of the camera like I am. So, Craig, this house has been listed a couple of times now, right?
Correct.
How many times? This is the second time it's been listed?
This is the second time around. Yeah, the first was I did list it last year for about 5 or 6 months, and then took it off the market.
I think it's important to discuss the elephants in the room as far as a listing of this size. So 3.9 million. Now, you can't discount what you get for this house. It's incredible, but a lot of people at that price point probably think to themselves, well, I want a pool. So the pool is a big thing. Now, I will make the argument for you that you also typically don't get a lot near this size. It's very, very unique. In fact, you probably saw the video that I did with Andy Fallstitch, that's 7.55 million that sits on acreage. That's very unique. Also a 7.55 million price tag. So if I came in here and said, no pool, no deal, what would you say to somebody who says, I want to put in a pool? Where in the hell could I even put in a pool?
I think, every buyer is going to be keen on what they want in a house, I think the feedback we've gotten through people that's walked through the house is, no pool, stairs, but we're at the lake.
Yep.
You're
Hard
not
to avoid.
the stairs.
Yep.
But, everything's negotiable. I think that if I wanted to put a pool in, I would have put a pool in.
Yep. That was personal preference.
Correct.
Or lack thereof.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I know there's not probably one buyer that walks into any house that they don't see something or want something that particular house doesn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do respect that, understand that. But I also believe that everything's a function of negotiation and, time and money. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. I think this house is I've spent many days here, nights here, New Year's Eves here, right? We've had some good times in this house. I'm actually disappointed that he's selling because I just want to keep partying here. But to that point, like, this house is probably not for that 70-year-old couple.
correct.
It is, in my opinion, it's for the couple who's probably in their 50s, for example, or younger, if you've got that kind of money, that either has kids with a bunch of kids. So you're going to have, because you saw how big this house is. You can comfortably host so many people, and then all the things to do in this house. It's almost like you're just getting into like an arcade that's your house, right? You've got so many games, so much space. But I think that is the perfect buyer for this house. Somebody who loves to entertain, somebody who loves to have a great time, somebody who wants to be just slightly away from the chaos of Osage Beach, but close enough that you can just bust out here in the main channel, take a right, and you're basically going to be.
Yeah, I love this area of the lake. You know, Camdenton is actually my favorite part of the lake. Obviously, prior to buying this house about 6 years ago, I had some condos at Clearwater.
Yeah, you were my neighbor.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. I started coming down here because of you.
That's right. That's right.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money since then.
That's yes, a lot more than I have.
Right.
Well, dude, I think this is pretty incredible, and I wanted to showcase this on our YouTube channel because I think it deserves it, and I think it's important to have these conversations just because, again, there's always going to be a reason why somebody doesn't want to buy a house, but as you mentioned, you said the word multiple times, everything's negotiable. I think if somebody is really serious about this, should I just connect them directly to you?
Absolutely. Or currently it's being listed by, Matt Shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. So they can check this out online as well. You don't need to because you're going to get everything right here in this video. We're going to do some short form stuff on our other channels as well. So make sure you go check that out. Otherwise, dude, love it, man.
I appreciate it, Jeff.
This
Thanks
is
for
fun.
your interest.
This is
I
fun.
appreciate you doing it.
Thank you for watching another episode on the Lake of the Ozarks Lifestyle Channel. And remember, if you are looking to buy, sell, rent, invest, vacation, pretty much do anything at the Lake of the Ozarks, we've got you covered. Shoot me a message and I will make sure to get you connected to the right people to make sure that your experience at the Lake of the Ozarks is an incredible one. Thank you for your loyalty to our channel. Don't keep us a secret. Make sure you share this with other people that would be interested. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one.